I think that I've decided that I'm not like the welcome back kind of person where it's like, hi, welcome back to my channel. I really think that I'm more just trying to share on here. Last podcast, I talked about burnout a lot. And that's just something that's been taking over my life recently. It's something that I've really been struggling with. It's been a long weekend. I took Friday off of work and today's President's Day, so it's Monday. And I have just tried really, really hard to take a step back this weekend from like life and try to really, truly figure out what it is that I was put here to do. But yeah, so my husband and I, we went to the Poconos in Pennsylvania. It's like a 2.5 hour drive from where we are in the Northeast. And we had a really nice, relaxing weekend. And I really thought about like videoing me doing some of the knits and stuff that I've been working on, because really that's the whole point of what this weekend was. But I really needed a step back. And my point is not to show you knitting. My point is just to talk. Hey, Bo, you're coming into the channel. You're joining us. But in my last pod, I talked about how I wanted to share about my 2026 plans, like summer knit plans, crochet, all of that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I started with or what I've been working on this past weekend. Oh, you get to see a bow ball. Not everybody gets to see that. He's my goodest bean. I'm going to show you what I did this weekend, what I've started. I'll kind of show you on like the screen, the different patterns and things that I'm doing. But I think really what I want for this year is my goal is going to be, I don't know if you've heard the term, it's like HYGGE or HYGGE or something like, I'll put it here. And it's really just like this like Nordic way of living. It's about being cozy. It's about being like warm and creative and just like finding peace in a cozy life. And that's really, truly what I want. So to start off, the project I've been working on the most right now is my little project bag. I'm doing the Lulu sweater, the Lulu slipover by Petite Knits. So I'm working on that right now. I am using the Katia extra fine merino cotton. It's this beautiful, soft, fluffy, light blue. It's in the color light blue. I have almost the full back panel done. And again, I am still very, very new to this. I started knitting like less than a month ago, or maybe a month ago, but there are just, little bits of practice that I've had in here. I somehow added some purl stitching. You can actually see there's a little bit of a color gradient. So this is like a little bit darker up here and it's a little bit lighter down here. That's because 2 different dye lots. My friend had got me a single ball of this for my birthday. I think it was last year or the year before. And I was just waiting for the perfect project and this just felt perfect. So I'm really excited about this. It's a cotton merino blend. So it's going to be really great for like the spring and the summer. So I'm going to keep working on this. When I say summer, I mean like summer nights, just like when you're kind of going out, but yeah, it's going to be really nice. It's super soft and I'm very excited to wear this. So that's been taking up a majority of my brain. However, while I was there, I didn't want to run out of yarn. And I always love when I'm in a new place or in an area that I haven't been to a yarn store yet. I really like trying to find some new yarns. Before I do that though, I found when I was out in my little shoppings in the Poconos, I think I was in the town called Homesdale. I found these adorable vintage buttons. So I figured those will go perfect with this sweater because there's like little buttons on the side. So I'm very excited about these. And they were, I think, $2 and I got 4. So I was thinking 3 or 4 on each side. So $2 each. So it's great. Very excited about those. They are real shell. They are the Boy Needle Co. Genuine Ocean Pearl, Chicago, Illinois, made in USA. But yeah, that's what those look like. And then also while I was in Honesdale, I don't know if anybody's ever seen those like the vending machines where you put in the corners. They used to like have like tattoos and stuff when you were a kid, like the stick-on tattoos. A lot of people have been making like art print ones. So I got an art print at one in Connecticut a few months ago. But while I was there, I saw another one and I just think they're so adorable. So this is the one I got out of the machine. I wish I could tell you the artist. It says, I think maybe Nat is like the artist name on the bottom, but it's adorable. And I don't know if this is a print or like there's texture to it. So I think maybe it's like a stamp, but it's very cute and I'm going to do a little junk journaling with it. And then for the yarns that I got, I am making, I don't remember the name of the hat, but I didn't want to run out of the yarn that I had because I only brought one skein for the Lulu slipover. So I started making a hat out of the yarn that I got when I was there. And I will put the pattern here and in the description. But this really goes into that like HYGGE. I don't think there's a wrong way to say it. I think that's like part of it. But it goes into that. So I started that and I got I think you're supposed to use a boucle. This is going to be like a really thick band. I'll try it on for you. It's, yeah, going to be like a really thick band. It's supposed to be like a boucle, but I couldn't find a boucle in the store. So I was like, this yarn, the Noro Honey Silk. So this is what I have left. It is, I would say it's not necessarily a bulky, but it's bulky because it's saying to use like a 7 or 8 hook or an 8 to 10 needle. Oh no, it says medium weight. I should just read, right? So it's the Noro Honey Silk. It's natural fiber. I have one sweater that my sister crocheted me out of Noro yarn, but it was vintage Noro, and it's definitely a little rough. This stuff, the wool silk blend, it is so soft. So the way this pattern is going is you knit basically this big tube of it, and this is like the right side, and then you'll fold up the wrong side, and this is where it's like it's supposed to be boucle, but I think I'm going to try brushing it out. Even if the brush out doesn't work, I think it's going to look really cool. And then the top is like this really kind of like cap brown. It just reminds me of like those like fur hats people used to wear when I was like a kid. So I'm excited about that. So that's what I'm currently working on. And that's what I'm going to continue working on as we talk about what my plans are. So first things first is going to be the Lulu slip. So once I finish this hat, I don't like working more than one project at a time. When I have more than one project, it makes me stressed. I don't love it. So I am going to finish this hat first, and then I'm going to work on the slip. After I finish the slip, I think I'm going to start, I got this beautiful like cotton linen yarn from a local yarn shop in Connecticut. If you don't know, that's where I'm from Connecticut. And I want to make a crochet like tank top with like shells and stuff falling off of it. And it's going to be really great. I think it's going to be like a halter tank. Pinterest is my favorite thing in the world. I spend so much time on there because I don't have social media. So my scrolling is usually done on Pinterest. Honestly, this takes up my hands. This takes up a lot of my attention. So I sit with like the Olympics are on right now. I sit with that on and I knit. And I would prefer to do that instead of scroll on my phone on, TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm going to make this really beautiful summer crochet top. And then my friend would like a little crochet clutch. She's going on a vacation. So I'm going to take the things I learned through the crochet top and I am going to put that into my friend's little clutch bag because I've never made a bag like a clutch before with an actual handle. So I have the yarn for both of those projects. I'm trying to kind of use up yarn. I'm not super into like the overconsumption of people having these massive stashes, but that's my plan for my first kind of summer spring knit post the Lulu slipover. And then from there, I have 2 other projects that I want to do. I don't know which one I'm going to do first. I got a beautiful like gray variegated yarn from a drop of a small yarn dyer on, I found them on YouTube. I'll put their like handle in the bottom, and it's a really pretty color. Those I think are going to be turned into a pair of like loungy shorts, and those are going to be a knit. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do a crochet and then a knit, and then my last one's also a crochet. I would like to make this is the picture. It's like this crocheted, not fully crossbody, but tie front, long sleeve, like beach cover up. And I have this beautiful bamboo yarn, and I got it at Michael's. It's just so like silky and really nice. I made a top for my same friend that I'm giving the clutch to. This is the top that I made, and I originally made it for myself, but I'm a large person. I'm 5'10". I'm a tall Norwegian girl. I've got really broad shoulders. It just did not fit me, even though I thought it would. And it looked really nice on her. So I'm really happy that it worked out for her. So those are I've given myself 4 projects. Knits still take me a while. Like I worked on this portion probably for 3 hours. So this little tube, I think it's like 79 stitches or something like that, took me a very long time. I probably would have had more on this done, but I didn't have my winder with me when I was there. So I had to hand ball the whole thing. And once I kind of got it balled up, I realized I really probably needed to hold it double because the Noro is a medium and these are more like, honestly, they're like a sock weight, fingering weight. So I wanted to get it at least up to like a DK, which I feel like I got there by doubling it, but I was not about to sit for another like hour and unwind the ball that I wound into a second ball. So I just got home and I did my little cake on my winder. So now I'm holding double and I've started this brown section at the top. In terms of plans after that, I'm trying to be proactive and do like my summer plans now since it's February. By the time I finish all of those, hopefully it'll be around June, which is my birthday month. And then maybe I'll get to wear one of those things for my birthday. We are going to Miami in the end of May to do a scuba diving trip. So it would be nice to have maybe, if nothing else, just the cover up and the shorts done. But we're gonna see. Because that trip's not like a really cute, like fashion-y trip. Like we're literally gonna go scuba dive in the springs. So it's gonna be a more adventure type trip. I'm an adventure person. I like doing those types of things. I like skiing's probably one of my favorite like outdoor hobbies. We've skied so much this year, and we probably would have skied this weekend if I didn't have like an issue with my foot. I keep talking and I should be knitting because that's like the whole point of this. So one project I think would be cool for the winter next year is I have a over helmet like face hood. I would love to knit one out of like a merino or something. It probably wouldn't be something like waterproof that I would wear like when it's snowing out, but I think that could be a cool like accessory project because a lot of the stuff I make is wearables in terms of like clothes because that's where my passion's at. That's where I find a lot of joy when I am doing this. Oh, I messed up. See, this is why I don't talk in knit because I mess things up when I do. We also are going to be like backpacking this year, which last year we were planning to do some backpacking and we had never done it before. We bought all of like the bargain equipment we could find so that we could do it. And then we had planned a trip for my birthday last year to go backpacking. And the weekend we were supposed to backpack, it was torrential downpouring, like some of the most rain we had gotten that entire spring. So we called quits on that, and we ended up going up to like Lake George, and spending like a cute little weekend. And I have like some pictures of that. Like it was my 27th birthday. It was just really nice. It was really last minute. So like the place we got was kind of it wasn't sketchy. It was janky is the best way to describe it. Like it was a motel on the side of the lake, and it was perfect for what we wanted. Yeah, we're gonna do some backpacking. So I don't know if maybe I could make some like things for backpacking in terms of knitting and crochet. I definitely think I could make like little bags to like hold. I don't know. I'm an outdoorsy, craftsy girl, so I'm sure I could find something that I enjoy. Outside of that, I really don't have a ton more plans of things that I want to do. My Pinterest, however, would disagree with that because there's lots of things. But I might just kind of like pop up some things that I've seen like here. I would like to maybe make in the future for whatever the reason. I think I actually had a really good conversation. We spent some time with my parents this weekend too, with my mom, and like my last podcast being about burnout and how I'm really struggling with that. And this is like a way for me to take control of that. It also is, I think, in some ways hindering me from really thinking about why I'm burnt out and changing my perspective on it. Because when I'm having a really bad day, I literally will sit here on my couch, and this takes my brain away from everything. So I don't have to think about it, which when I'm just trying to get through the week is really good. But when I am trying to figure out how to get over it, because both my parents have worked in their careers their entire adult lives, really. And this is my longest job. I've been here for, I'm going on 3 years. All of my jobs prior to this, I've lasted a year or two, and then I've moved on for various reasons, mostly to make more money. But I'm spending so much time, I think, trying to ignore the problem through finding a hobby. And my mom, basically, her advice this weekend is that it's all about your perspective on it. And if you're going into it with the perspective of, this job is short term, this job sucks, I don't enjoy what I'm doing, I don't feel comfortable, whatever the thing is, this is becoming a disaster, is that how you look at it is how you're going to feel about it. And I think what I've been doing with work right now is I've been looking at it as truly a means to an end, that I don't feel like I'm doing anything to actually help anybody, and I know it's not my life purpose. I know that there's something else out there that I'm meant to be doing, and it's not what I'm currently doing. But that doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to be doing it right now. I think I'm not there yet. I'm still struggling with it. But I think over the next few weeks, my goal is going to be trying to adjust my perspective. It's an interesting place to be in life. And if anybody has any suggestions or recommendations of how they move past burnout or those extended periods of time when you're in your career and you're just like, oh, this sucks, I don't want to do anything, I would really appreciate the advice. So if anybody on here, could help me out, that would be really cool. I think there's something to be said for changing your perspective, and going back to the HYGGE or HYGGE idea is like, I think that's truly what I want. I really just want to live a really peaceful and cozy life. And right now, my perspective on work and burnout is fighting against that. And so I think I need to change my perspective from my goal in building out a career into my goal in building out a lifestyle, and how that career can create the opportunities that builds out that lifestyle for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do more research on truly what that cozy lifestyle would look like. And cozy doesn't necessarily mean cuddle up on your couch. I think some of it is that. But also, I think for me, cozy is when you are in the middle of a campground in the woods at night looking up at the stars. I think sometimes what I do is I think so much about the future that I forget where I am in the present, and I miss out on what's currently happening. And at the end of the day, the present is all you ever have. You can look at the past and you can dwell on it, or you can love it, and you can look towards the future and hope and build and create goals and work towards something. But the only thing I have as the person I am right now in this very moment is the present. And I think sometimes I think too much about both the past and the future that I lose out on what I currently have now. So if anybody feels that way, maybe I'm alone in this. I don't know. But I think that's how a lot of people feel with anxiety. I don't luckily feel like I struggle too much with anxiety. I'm a pretty calm person, but I do think I put a lot of pressure on myself to be more than I currently am. And I think that for some people can be really difficult and can prevent you from becoming who you're supposed to be because you're too focused on an idea rather than what's actually occurring. I hope that maybe this little conversation can help anybody else out that's feeling that way, because I know that it definitely will help me too. But I think that's it. I think that's what I'm done with. You know what? Actually, before we finish, let me show you my yarn stash so I can show you the yarns that I have been thinking of and that I'm currently going to be using. So let's see. This is the beautiful yarn from, okay, let's see. It's Sandy Hill Yarns. This is their Cozy Fog sock fingering weight. It is 80% merino, 20% nylon. It's 100 grams, and I got 3 of these. I really like this one. So I think these are gonna make really cool shorts. And then, oh, this is the yarn, the linen cotton yarn. It's from Earth Yarns. I got this at like a local shop. I think this is gonna be really cool with all of these really pretty beads. Oh, hold on. I'm not a vlogger, okay? All right, I have all these really pretty beads that I'm going to attach to it. So I think that like these all together, I think it's gonna be so pretty. Even if I don't wear it all the time, because it's definitely gonna be like a more unique top. Again, I'm a cozy person. But yeah, so that's for that. And then where is the bamboo? Okay. This is the bamboo. Like, look how pretty this is. I'm obsessed with this. I feel like it'll go good, like, with my eyeballs. So this is going to be that crochet long sleeve, like, beach cover up. I only have 1 skein of this. I don't think I'm going to get through the whole thing with 1 skein, so I'm probably going to need to get, like, 2 more. Also, I have 2 skeins of this, so I hope that's enough. And then for my friend's bag, we picked out these 2 beautiful, I think they're cotton hemp and modal blend. They're from Hempathy. But these 2 beautiful colors, I'm going to crochet them together. And I was at the thrift store and I found this, and this was like such a good find. It was like $5. So I feel like, oh my God, hold on, bear with me. Let me put you here. Okay, I feel like these 3, if I need more like weight to it, will be really nice, because I think I'm gonna have to mess around with this because I don't know where the top is. We'll see. So I might add this into here because I think it'll be really pretty with that. So yeah, those are my plans. Other plans that are not like necessarily project related. Here's kind of like a whip that I've been working on. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it, but I've been making these crocheted granny squares. Oh, that's where my hook went. I've been looking for this. Okay. These are just acrylic. There's nothing special, but they like create like a motif. So there's a part of me, I have like a black jacket, like, oh man, it's like a jean jacket that I really like, but I really don't wear very often. And I feel like if I put these on the back of them, because I have I have 5 right now, so maybe I'll make one more. And I just think those would be really cool. Also, this is how I block my squares, an Amazon box and some, what are these, skewer sticks? You just sometimes got to be innovative, because I'm not spending money right now on that, because if I'm going to spend money on my hobby, it's going to be on the yarn, because something my sister and I have been talking about, and I'm sure anybody who is in the like knitting crochet field understands this. Buying yarn and using yarn are 2 very different hobbies. So yeah, that is a project that's kind of like a whip that I'm not currently working on. I'm not planning on working on anytime soon until I decide exactly what I'm going to do with them. And then the last thing that I think is really cool, I bought this kit. It is the Rit Lions brand Fisherman's Wool Yarn Dye Kit. So I love watching like videos of people dyeing yarn and then seeing what they can create with it. And that's part of why I bought the, what is it? Sand Hills yarn. Because I watched his videos and I was like, wait, these are beautiful. And there's so much thought and love put behind every single color he makes. So I was like, that sounds really cool. And I feel like that's something I could try. So came with a really pretty, wool. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. I've been talking to you for like a half hour. And my husband's out grocery shopping right now, so likely he will be back soon and I'm going to have to help with that. So I think I'm going to leave you at that. We can give Bo a little snuggle. Huh. See, this dog is the definition of HYGGE, whatever it is. You are the definition. You're giving me a stink eye. Yeah, this is what I want to be. This is where I would like to be in life at all times, is wherever Bo is, my sweet boy. Yeah, I love him. Okay, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to finish this vlog, podcast, whatever it is, the same way that I finished the last one. And I'm going to be sitting on the floor. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope that you enjoyed our time together here. I hope you got more than the 2 rows of knitting done that I got done. I don't even think I got 2 rows done. I think that's going to be the whole thing with this, is that I'm going to end up talking, which I didn't think would be something that I actually like would end up doing or having enough to say. That's like the thing, is I never feel like I have enough to say. I'm usually really quiet. I'm the person who in a big group of people sits and listens and responds like here and there. But I'm not the person who's like controlling the conversation. So this is kind of cool, because this gives me the opportunity to talk in a space that makes me feel happy and comfortable and cozy and HYGGE. And yeah, that's all I got. I hope everybody is cozy and happy today and has a great week, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.